Okay, lesson 2 has to do with order of operations, so it should be a good little review here. First of all, we have absolute value, and remember that is the distance from 0. So I'm going to go ahead and type that in. Distance from 0. So the absolute value of negative 13 would be 13. Absolute value of 21 would be 21. The absolute value of negative 3 plus negative 5, well, the absolute value of negative 3 plus the absolute value of negative 5 would be 8. So I want you to do the next couple rows and see if you come up with the same answers that I do. Okay, so hopefully you stopped and did those, and now you could pause it again and see if you're getting the same answers as me. So order of operations, remember it's PEMDAS. Please, for parentheses, excuse is your exponents. My dear, remember, goes together from left to right. And you might want to make a little note of that. And then Aunt Sally goes together from left to right also. Multiply, divide, add, and subtract. So I really want you to do most of this without a calculator, unless it's some big, long division problem. You know, you can pull it out. Just on your honor, use your best judgment, because if you don't use your facts, you lose them. So on this one, let's see here. We have 7 plus 54 divided by 3 times 2. So the first things we're going to look at is the dividing and the multiplying. And we're going to go from left to right. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite 7 plus, and then I'm going to do 54 divided by 3, which is 18. And then I'm going to times by 2. So then we have 7 plus 36. So that answer would be 43. Okay, the next one. I'm going to go ahead and do the 2 to the 5th power first. So I'm going to write down 17 minus, and then 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 32. And you could use a calculator for that, but you can do that. And then I'm just going to rewrite the rest. And then we should be doing 32 divided by 4, which is 8. And then I'm going to rewrite the rest. And then we do 17 minus 8, which is 9, plus 6 is 15. Okay, next one down here. First thing that we should be doing is 4 squared, which is 16. So I'll rewrite that, minus 16. And they have a dot for the times 3, plus 15. Next thing we should be doing is 16 times 3, which is 48. And then I'm going to rewrite plus 15. And I'm going to rewrite 24 minus. And then when you do 24 minus 48, you get negative 24. And then plus 15, you get negative. I don't know why my thing is not writing there. There we go. Negative 9. You could have also put 24 and 15 together, which would have been 39. And then you could minus 48. Okay, over to here. We're going to do, the first thing we have to look at is inside the parentheses, there is an exponent. So we actually need to do 2 squared, which is 4. And then I'm going to go ahead and do 7 minus 4, which is 3. And then 3 plus 17 is 20. And then on the bottom, we're going to do the multiplying first. So we have 10. And then negative 14 plus 10 is negative 4. And then we're going to end up with a negative 5 answer. Okay, so really it's just taking your time and going step by step. On some of these, remember, you're going to do the exponents first here and then do absolute value. This one, you got to do what's inside first and then do the exponent. So again, we really don't want you to use your calculator because we want you to practice your computation skills. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video, and then we'll come back to it. So go ahead and see if you got that. And then I want to talk through number 18 with you. So inside those absolute values, you have the 7 squared and then the opposite of, because it's not in parentheses, that 7 squared, or the -7 is not. So you actually have to do 7 squared, which is 49, and then you put the opposite sign there. And I still have the absolute value. And then plus 9, and then times 4. And that is all in the absolute value sign. And then, of course, we have plus 18. And then I can't read it. Is it plus? Oh, yeah, plus 2. And then times 5. Oh, it's divided by. Okay. So then outside of here, I'm going to do that dividing, which is 18 divided by 2 is 9. And then 9 times 5 is 45. So I'm going to put that out there. So inside of this absolute value, we have we have 9 times 4, which is 36. And then we have -49 plus 36, which gives us a -13. And then the absolute value is 13. So we end up having 13 plus 45, which is 58. So I'm just looking down further here. Make sure you're careful on this because that absolute value sign is outside of that. And I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to have you enter your answers into the Ed puzzle.